So now I want to spend a little bit of time talking about how we became who we were, a little bit of a history. It's all going to come together, I promise. So this is an REM song. And in 1982, our business was kind of founded. Our ownership was founded. And we were founded as a can holder company. The name of the company was Colder. And we actually started making the first kind of alternative to the old school extruded foam can holder. And it was cut and sewn out of neoprene. So we've been cutting and sewing since 1982. It was cut and sewn out of neoprene. And a real important piece of who we are is it was very, very expensive. And in those days, my father-in-law started the business. My father-in-law would go to a trade show, and he'd set up his stuff, and he'd set up his booth, and he'd start selling the stuff, and people would come by, and they'd ask him how much it costs. And he would say, whatever it costs, and they would ask him by the dozen, right? Is that by the dozen? No, this is for a unit. This is one, right? This is one. And so that conversation has been part of our DNA from the day that we started. And so from day one, we've had to create products that line up with a price point that's going to be high, right? And you guys, this is what, as distributors, right, this is what distributors do day in and day out, try to deliver high-value products and explain to someone that a 49-cent can holder is no one wants to put your name on a 49-cent piece of crap, right? Why do you want to do that? And it's so easy for us as suppliers to say, well, yeah, that's just what you need to tell them, right? It's a far more difficult conversation from a distributor standpoint. We get that. However, that's a key part of who we are, is we've been selling high-value items since 1982. So in 2007, we decided to buy our largest competitor, which was Numo, which is who I work for now. And Colder had a large retail presence. We had a smaller promotional products presence. So we decided to acquire Numo in 2007. And we were humming along. We're great. We are titans of industry, right? We're looking for other acquisitions now. We got this thing licked. Then 2008 rolled around and Lehman Brothers. And when we bought Numo, we just went down to our bank and we said, hey, we'd like to buy this company. And they said, great, here's some money. And that was outstanding. And then 2008 rolled around and we were leveraged out of the wazoo. And so it was quite a challenging time for us. And part of the Numo acquisition was that we bought this nice big 200,000 square foot building in Kaufman, Texas. We were based in South Texas. Kaufman's outside of Dallas. And so we had this huge building in Kaufman, Texas, and we needed to fill it up. So 2009 rolled around, and we ended up moving a lot of our production into Mexico. And because we needed to. It's our facility in Mexico. We needed to move it down there. So that's kind of where we were. So we had a 200,000 square foot building. I just got my little high sign, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. We were in a 200,000 square foot building in Kaufman, Texas, had experienced sewers that knew how to sew. And some of these folks had been working for us for Numo for many, many years. And it was a big, oh crap moment. What are we going to do? How are we going to keep these people busy? How are we going to be able to make sure that this facility that we have is utilized and covering our overhead? So that's when, in 2009, is when the first little inkling of City Cut and Sew kind of started to pop up. We thought, hey, we've got all these experienced sewers. We have these people that are these skilled craftspeople, and how are we going to leverage them not making can holders? Because sewing a can holder, running a single needle stitch up two sides of a can holder is a waste of their skill set. And so we thought, hey, we'd be a little incubator that would be a transition from designers that wanted to have something cut and sew. Anyway, it was a horrible idea. It didn't work, right? And then what we ended up needing to do is we finally found a collaborator that helped us design higher-end canvas bags and helped us taught us how to pattern some of these bags. So that was a key point for us, was finding her.